Stonehenge, ancient, mysterious world wonder, rock. This description feels vague, yet this is all we know about it. Or is it? Stonehenge is one of the greatest mysteries we've yet to crack, but the truth may be hidden in plain sight. Maybe we don't have to crack it at all. I'm your host, and you're watching The Whole Truth. There's not much we know about British history per se, but what we do know is that they were all a bunch of tricksters. They got great enjoyment out of watching people be confused. And so they did many things to get confusion out of people who noticed. If we know this for certain, which we do, finding out what Stonehenge is can be much simpler. To set in your mind how much mayhem they raised, do you remember the Black Plague? That was just the regular old common cold, but the British wanted to cause a little drama back in the day. And William Shakespeare, he was just a rugrat who made stories that made no sense to anyone, but shared them with such confidence as to make the people believe that it was deep and meaningful. They just couldn't understand it. I'll get right to the point. Have you ever been to Salisbury? Have you ever felt Stonehenge yourself? Have you ever even seen it outside of videos and pictures, all of which could be easily falsified? That's right, no, and no. This is why I have reason to believe that Stonehenge is a hoax, caused by falsified videos and photos to make us believe it really is there. Hollywood has been making believable and realistic CGI for ages. So is it really so hard to believe that a couple of mischievous kids in the Middle Ages could have photoshopped a few rocks together, fooling entire generations? Let's think critically. The official story says that it's been standing for thousands of years, but isn't it convenient that no one knows how they got there or what they were used for? That's because they were never there in the first place. The Secret Service decided to make a fake landmark that people could point at and say, "Wow, history." Meanwhile, they were hiding the truth right under our noses. Here's the interesting part. Stonehenge isn't just a hoax, not just some rocks some kid with Microsoft Paint put together. It's a collective hallucination. Yes, that's right. The Secret Service implanted the idea of a Stonehenge in our brains by using fake videos and fake photos and fake news articles, fake everything. Well, you know what isn't fake? The real world. I traveled to the Salisbury Plain and looked as hard as I could, but you know what? I didn't see anything. I didn't see anything because I'm not brainwashed by the Secret Service, like most of you are. Ever wonder how you can visualize how Stonehenge looks immediately? It's because the government is broadcasting subliminal images into your brain through TV shows, history books, and Visit England travel ads. But we need to break the cycle. Now you're probably wondering, why would they go through so much trouble to fake a pile of rocks? Well, the answer you're looking for is that it's a distraction from the real attraction. Stonehenge was conceived to distract people from the real interesting point in that location in England. Underneath the ground, the Secret Service has secretly been kidnapping people who try to deny any of their cover-ups, like Sun Tzu, the Eiffel Tower, the Statue of Liberty, or even IKEA. Right below Stonehenge is a massive brainwashing laboratory that infiltrates your brain, removes the memory of ever denying their work, and replaces it with an undying faith in the world as we know it. However, they're never going to get me, because I'm safe and sound in the USA. As far as I know, by the time the Secret Service even got to Palm Springs, I'd already know and would have fled to Canada. The Secret Service needed an excuse to block off the land and keep people away, so they created the illusion of a historic site. And it worked. Whenever someone gets close, they might, quote-unquote, see the image of Stonehenge that was implanted in their brain. So now you know that the next time one of your friends goes on a trip to Stonehenge, ask them this: did you feel it? Did you touch the rocks? And when they inevitably say no, remember what I've told you today. Stonehenge is nothing more than a mass delusion, a mirage, and a fake. Thank you for taking the time to listen to this, and remember this: just because you see it doesn't mean it's real. Thank you for listening to The Whole Truth.